Oh. Well, is a blast from the past, a name from the past you may recognise, although it's Lord now, Patrick Vallance. Well, he's recently been appointed as Minister of State in the Department for Energy Security and Net Zeros. Now, I was like, oh, isn't that Ed Miliband's job? So is Ed Miliband gone? So I had a quick look, and it is still a bit confusing. But it looks like Ed is still about. So it looks like you might get a combo of Ed and Patrick now. Because doing the old Dr. Googling, Ed's title now is Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change. So a little bit different to what it was and this role that Patrick's taken on, Secretary of State, Minister of State in the Department for Energy Security and Net Zero. I believe Ed's title, that was what Ed did previously, but now he's specifically Energy and Climate Change. So now looks like you're going to get both of them, guys, all right? Now, you may remember Patrick, if you ain't got one of them short-term memories, because it was only just a wee time ago, just a few years ago, you might remember that Patrick was quite in favour of things like the old lockdowns for the Rona period. Do you remember that one? That little ditty? Remember that one? Yeah. And it was said back then, even years ago, before we started to hear things about Canada shutting down their woods and not letting people into the woods because, don't know, it's a bit scorchio, Canada. Before we even heard about any of that, myself included, mentioned things like, well, one of the next big things, weather, climate, net zeros. One of the solutions previously to many problems was just locking things down, including people in their homes. So, before there were any talks about anywhere in the world locking down woods and not letting people into it, people mentioned things like, could there be such a thing as a climate lockdown? And you didn't have to be much of a visionary to mention stuff like that either, kind of see what was coming. And now, well, the guy who was pretty strong on it all previously with the Rona period is now in the position of State Department for Energy Security and Net Zeros. The transition, it appears, could be seamless. Ta-ta.